I've been going through your homeworks, and you did good. You did fine, and but only two of you turn in your work. But it's okay because it's this time it's a little bit complicated. I see Grant, you turn in your work, and Tin you turn in your project, and it's good that you send your your .ai file, so I could see what's going on and the PNG. Okay, let me switch the screen uh, to my desktop so you can see everything. Okay, yeah, right there. Okay, well, last week we had a crash course on making a Doraemon, okay? But I ran out of time, so I didn't really get through. But okay, here's boneless wings. Okay, thank you for joining. Okay, one of you will be absent today because of booking for a flight. Okay, so here we go. We'll be looking at Ting Yu's work. You did pretty good. So based on the work that you turn in, I can say that you understood uh, how how to make this project. And so I'll be going furthermore based on your project. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So as you can all see, she has like many pieces on her Doraemon. The eyeballs, the eyes, the nose, everything. It's in well-established pieces, so that's pretty good. So you also learn how to not join the points to get the cut, uh, to not have a
Yeah, I learned from
line.
your last lessons.
Yeah, from my
Yeah.
last lesson. That's good.
Yep. Yep.
Sometimes you have to do that because so the parts don't necessarily has to be all closed sometimes, depending on the stuff you're trying to show. Okay, here's something I wanna show today. Okay, here's I want to show you some demonstrations of a commercial project. Okay. Okay, this is from actually I have like like if you have the Adobe Bridge, which is a this program right here. If you have the Creative Cloud, you can download the Adobe Bridge. It's actually an app. Okay, this is easier for you to view your any project that's in either .ai or .eps because it's well you could see the thumbnails, so it's easier for you to pick out your project. But of course, if you're working with Apple, it's actually easier to view the thumbnail. But if you're working with PC, um, you have to like view your thumbnail through probably a program such as Bridge. It's easier for you to pick out like whatever file you wanna get access to. Not doesn't because all these files are numbered, so it's actually sometimes you want if I want to probably have a thumbnail view. It's easier for you to use the Adobe Bridge. Okay, here's a project that I did many years ago. Okay, this is a sort of like a guideline. Let's like take a look at it. It's all uh, when you're looking through a guideline, this is a guideline. It's a something that like a corporate or a brand has that you have to follow according to the design within the guideline book. So it's distributed to probably manufacturers. If you have their copyright, they'll probably send you a guideline, and then you go through the guideline of like what what design you could use, what to avoid, and so this it's just like a law book. You have to follow exactly what it mentions. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this is pretty cute. This is a guideline actually for a cartoon product. Okay, it's actually a animation in Japan many years ago, and then the copyright is given to, I guess, a company in Hong Kong, and then but it's actually manufactured in Taiwan. Some of the stuff, so I got access to the guideline, and we have to like design some stuff according to the guideline. So that's how I have the file. Okay. So let's take a look at this page 21 guideline. Okay, I have it open already, and it's over here. Okay, as you can tell, there are it's colorful and it's pretty cute, and it's actually everything except the pattern on under the words. It's a bitmap, but the rest is all vector file. Okay, looks animate, looks like a, but you can see there's like a secondary or third color within the color palette of the character. You can see the character, this kitty. It's actually a mechanical kitty, but you can see the gray area and the lighter gray area. If I if I click on the right key and click this release clipping mask, okay, you can tell, because I'll tell you about clipping mask later on. Okay, you can tell it's also in pieces. Okay, just like your practice last week. Okay, first of all, I want to teach you how to make the shadow shape. Okay, there are a couple of methods, and then I'm going to demonstrate some of these methods using our last week's project. Okay, so of course, maybe on the blue surface, the blue colored area, there's a couple of methods we could like create shadow. Okay, the first way to create the shadow, the darker area, it's probably we just use our pen tool, and then we want to overlap it, maybe something like that. Okay, that's a complete piece of color. And then over on the properties panel, maybe I want to click on the fill, and I want to change it's like the time, it's like 20 after 2. You have to pardon for the music. If you're I don't know if you're familiar with Taiwan customs. Like this is when you hear this music, it's actually when you throw out, when you dump your garbage. You have to take out your garbage and go go on the street and then put your garbage in the garbage truck. Okay, so this music will pop up because, well, this is the time when my street picks up the garbage. So you have to pardon me for the music each time.
The ice cream truck.
Well, it's sort of like that, but it picks up the garbage, not ice cream. Sorry. Okay, so I have the previous blue part picked, and of course the new part. Also click with pressing the Shift key. Okay, I hold the Shift key. I select the first piece and then hold with Shift key and then select the second piece. Okay. Then I'll go to last week we learned about Pathfinder. Okay, so Pathfinder we could. Okay, but before that, well, I'll show you the Pathfinder first. Okay, pick both parts and then go to Pathfinder, and then probably I'll go to maybe the second one. You have to like try out like probably not the second one, maybe the Pathfinder, the one on the lower, well, not well, yeah, probably this one, but I want to keep the original one. Okay, so I'll probably, well, the best way to do it is probably you want to copy the first one. Okay, I would do that instead. Okay, copy the first one and then paste in place or paste in front. Okay, so I have a duplicate. Okay, so if I click on the blank spot, I click on the part I want to use, and I hold down my Shift key, I click on the second part, and then I use the Pathfinder, and on the second one, the Pathfinder manifest front. Okay, oh, that's the wrong one. Well, maybe the third one. Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, so this one, I'll probably, on the fill color, if I want to maybe click on a darker color on my color palette, and then on the stroke, I don't want any stroke, so I cross that out. Okay, of course it's in front of everything, so this is when you have to like go to your right key and arrange send to back. Okay, well, I mean go backward, and then to, well, it's easier that you memorize the hotkey, so it's Control, I guess the right colon, I guess. So I press on Control, I push, well, push on, I put in the wrong language. Okay, well, sorry about that. I have to like, okay, now it's working. Well, it's not. Well, the problem is like sometimes you have your keyboard language issue, so I have to get rid of that. Okay, that will probably work. Okay. No, it won't. Well, I have a little bug right here, so let me see if it works. No, that shouldn't pop up. That is a keyboard language issue, so I have to get rid of that. I want that to be okay. Okay, that will work. No, it will not work. Well, well, you could like Control, I mean Shift the first item, and then the your shadow item and then click, have both of these items selected, and then hold your, and then push your right key and then arrange send to back. Okay, it'll go back, but probably to the very back, so you have to send your other items to the back of the shadow. Okay, or probably also the arm, something like that, yeah. But I have some keyboard switching issue. Otherwise, you just click your control, probably your right or left column, and it'll go back step by step. It's better that way. Like your arrange, send back and forward, or bring forward, bring backward. Well, you get the idea. But if this this color is too dark, you probably lighten it a little bit. Then you'll see you'll get the sort of like the shadowish color. Okay, that's one method to use the Pathfinder. Okay, then the other method is like you can use your right here your slice tool. Oh man, not the slice tool. Sorry, that's for that's for that's for something else. Actually, the knife tool. I'm sorry, the knife tool. Okay. But before that, you have to select your item. Like for example, okay, the hand over here. I click the hand first. Okay. But you have to be careful. Okay, I want to use the knife, and then I want to maybe cut out the shadow. I'll probably go over here and then pull, click on your left key and pull, and then over the item. Don't worry about the other stuff because it's going to work just on the item you selected. Okay, and then okay, let go. Okay, you can see that your item has been cut, but it'll also leave the line, the outline. So it's better that you have your item probably also copied first and then probably paste in front. And then the item that's pasted in front, then cut it with the knife. Okay? Probably like that. Okay? And the one at the see, it's cut. It's cut to two pieces. Okay? Because the left part, I want to leave it white. So I just, well, this part I can delete because I have the white on the bottom. And then so on the item on the left, which I wanted to be a shadowish light color, I could just probably use a grayscale on your color palette and then probably pick a grayish color that I like. Okay, probably that one. And then on the stroke, because it has a stroke, it has the outline. I don't want the outline, so I'll probably go to stroke over here on your properties palette, and or here on the tool on the tool palette over here. You could click on the stroke on the bottom, and then there's a none. You click, and then you can have the shadow for your character. So you can work like on each separate parts. Probably for the mouth, I'll do I'll do a fast one, copy and then paste in front. And then this is the method I like to use. I just use the knife and then try to cut the shadow off the character. So I'll probably do something like this. Okay, and then select the item. I don't want the stroke, so cross the stroke out. And then on the fill, I'll probably show all the options. Yeah, that's what I like. Like if you have like you can pick these are not the color, not color you necessarily you want. You could like on these hamburger icon on the upper right corner of your color palette, there's a show option. Okay, but if you don't have your color palette available, you could just go to Windows and then color, it'll pop up. And then, but you're not able to like, there's only some limit you can do with your color palette. So you could like show option, okay? Your color, the whole palette will come up. This way you could like control the RGB or any color, like color styles you prefer. Like you also grayscale or like for grayscale, because it's black and white, like there's only so much you can do. Well, and then for maybe if you're going to print, you prefer CMYK, percentage of your CMYK. But as for now, we'll just work as RGB. Okay, maybe I want a darker red. Okay, this is because I have the one under selected. Okay, I don't want the left one. Remember, there's another piece because I duplicated on top, and then on the right piece, I probably like dimmer it down to a more smooth, shadowish light color, something like that. Right? So it gives a shadowish look. So so with this tunnel, I'll just copy it and then paste in front, and then use the knife, and then probably this time you during this step, you have to use your imagination. You have to like imagine how the shadow work. Remember to pull from the outside and then pull in, and then to see if that's the angle or the smoothness you want. Okay, but okay, I want the right part. I don't want the left part. The left part I can just like delete it, and then I guess I delete everything. I delete the right part, the left part already. Okay, I want to leave the right part. I'll probably, for the stroke, okay, I click on the stroke, then I click none, and then for the fill, I'll probably like darken it just a little bit. You can just move on the red, move it like left a little bit, so it'll look like just a little bit darker. But what if I want to like do some optimization with the shape? What do I do now? Okay, I zoom in, and then probably go to our direct selection tool, and then probably do some corrections. Maybe I want the line to be more, maybe a little bit more, something like that. Okay, there's some issues down below. Oh, because that's where the left one was. I want to delete that. Okay, probably a little bit rounder, something like that. Okay, maybe a little bit higher. So you could actually do some alterations with your object. Okay, but be careful about the outline. Okay, there's always a outline like on your previous object, so you don't want to go over the outline. But just in case, this is what sometimes I would do. I would have another copy, right? Something like that. But I want to paste in front. Okay, and then this object over here, I'll probably click on the right key and then send it all the way to the front. Okay, it covers up everything, but this time I would like go to the field and click none. okay? But I want to leave the stroke, okay? That way, I'll just have the line on the very top. So any alteration you're doing on the shadow or any part will be under the line. So you want to make sure, okay, it doesn't like go through the line, something like that. So it's just a safety protocol you could do, but depends on you. This is sometimes we have to do some tricks like this to avoid some issues. So if you have problem like with if you're stuck messing with the line, the outline, and the shape, sometimes you have to like copy the whole piece and then just click none to the field and then just use the outline. Sometimes you'll bump into issues such as this. Okay, so it'll be much more cartoony. Okay, more like a animated type of design. Okay, of course you could do the face, the eyes, the nose, and then the bill, everything, and then maybe I want to add a lighter color. Okay, so the object would look three-dimensional, just like our sample on the other file. So I probably want to copy this again and then bring to front, and then just use our knife tool, and then probably cut just on the side, because you sometimes you want to judge where's your light source. Okay, according to the highlight on the nose, the light source is probably on the characters. Well, at my view, on the upper left, right on the upper right hand of the color. According to the color of the character's view, but on my view, on the design, on the drawing, it's on the upper left. So you have to judge like where do you put your highlight. Okay, and now I want to zoom in. Okay, here's another issue. Okay, you see this sharpness edge on the outline. Okay, first, okay, I cut the piece and then it has this sharp edge. Okay, I want to tell you about the sharp edge, why it does that. Okay, and then this part I probably don't want, but I'll just leave it for now. Okay, I'll just delete the one on the in the middle. Okay, I want to give this probably a brighter color, maybe a yellowish, a more yellowish color to show the highlight. Okay, of course, for this session I probably don't want the line, so I'll just like cancel out the line. But I want to tell you something about because we bumped into it, I want to tell you something about the sharp edge. Okay, once we're at it, well, might as well we'll tell you about it. Okay, so you want to go to Windows Stroke. I have it clicked on already. Okay, is it too small for you guys to see? Because I'm working, I think I'm working in 4K, so is it too small for you? The UI,
it's
everything. Good. It's good. Okay. So I'll continue. Okay, if I click on the stroke, okay, my stroke palette will pop up. Okay, and then it's the well, depending on your workspace, well, it's in these 3 lines. It'll say stroke. Okay, I click on the stroke, and then I'll probably want this burger icon click to show options, because I want that. I want that on. Okay. When I have that on, you can see there are more options to select. Okay. Of course, the first one, the weight is the thickness of the line. Okay. We had it on 2. Okay. Because everything we worked on last week was on two PTs. That's 2 point. Okay, and then you see this cap and corner. Okay, I want to, on default, it's on the very left, on the cap, and then on the very left on the corner. Okay, I want to show you the difference. Okay, okay, on the first one, I want to click the one in the middle, the round cap. Okay, okay, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, maybe on the one the very right. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. Well, maybe on the corners it'll make a difference. Yeah, it made a difference. Okay. Okay, this means that if you have probably I'll make out a square, okay? First, you can see that the stroke, if I zoom out, if I zoom in very closely, you can tell, okay, on our layer palette, layers, right there. Okay, for our layer 1, it's in blue, right? So you can see the blue line. The blue line is actually at the outside of the field, but it's within the stroke. So if I cross out the stroke to none, okay, you can clearly see the blue line, but it's outside the field color area of this object. Okay, of course I could like corner it. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't push that good. I could, okay. Okay, I'll probably do something like that. You can see the round corner as I go along, okay? But if I want the stroke back, okay, I'll probably I'll have it on default back where it is, and okay, wait, maybe the previous is better to show the difference. Okay, okay. So for our situation now, okay, it's on the very left. The line is outside the blue line, the blue line which you can control, okay? And then the second one, if I click, okay, I guess it's not really shown a difference, okay? You have to like really test it out, okay? There's some situation, okay, this is, okay, this is where the, well, you have to like draw a line to tell the difference actually, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, I zoom into the line. Okay. Okay, see the cap, the dot is in the middle of the line, and then it's at the very left middle, right? And then if I click round cap, okay, your line will have a round edge, okay? This is, it's more clear if you're working with a line, okay? And then on the projecting cap, okay, it's actually you have an edge on the you're actually more of the point is more inside of the corner. So okay, default your dot is actually at the corner. Okay, you click on the tab, you have a round corner, and then you have a full line, but you're a little bit inside the edge. Okay, so if I have the thing far enough, you can tell the difference. Well, this is the default. You have like more control ability so you can have your anchor point like wherever you want. You could like go to that part and then control your anchor point. And then for the round one, you probably want your line to be like round. Oh, okay. I guess you know how to use it because you have a round whisker, right? Okay, like if I don't have this one in the middle click, it'll be blunt. It'll be like a sharp edge. So and then so you know what you're doing. And then for the corners, for those of you that don't know this function, like, okay, you have the blue anchor point on the side of the fill area, and then if I want to click on the middle one, you have sort of like a round corner, okay, and then a sharp bevel corner. Okay, there's no anchor point, by the way. It's just it's just how this works. It's just like different types of corners you could like manipulate. Of course, there are like this is how you align your stroke on this default is on the middle, and then or on the outer edge if you want to include the outline. You see, I'm manipulating the whole piece with the outline, or so this is like sometimes a method you prefer, and then this is you're manipulating within the field. So depends on the situation. Like sometimes it's easier to work with, well, your preferred choice. Okay, so that's so this I probably don't want the field, so I have a lighter part as a highlight. Okay, just like the nose. I mean, I could just, okay, maybe mine's we're at it anyway, so might as well we'll like have it. Oh, I'll probably just use our eyedropper tool to fill. Okay, because of the outline issue. So you see the outline is actually under the shadow part. That's because of the kind of stroke we had but when I was cutting it. Okay, well, you get the idea. So I don't want to be like spending time with everything here. Okay, so this is how you could like manipulate your object to have it like to use the knife tool to cut a shadow, or use the pathfinder to make a shadow of your object. Okay, so let's go back to our sample over here. So as you can tell, there are like multi-sessions. Okay, there are 3 color palettes on the earpiece, and then also on the body, everything. Okay, so these are pretty cool, and these characters are pretty cute. Okay, so but there's one thing. Last week we when we're working on our project, we have this circle at the back, right? Sometimes if we want our circle to like have a pattern at the back, such as our sample over here, maybe when we want something at the back that's makes our graphic more interesting. Okay, I just downloaded a couple of, probably a pattern, something like that. Okay, oh, it can't. Okay, something else, maybe something like this. Okay, This is a just a random pattern that I download from internet. Okay, it's a bitmap. Okay, so I'll probably want this to be at the very back. Okay, and then I want it to be within the circle. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, remember the way we did the shadow? I want to probably copy this circle, but I still want to leave the blue line. Okay, so I'll probably copy the circle. Okay, I Control C to copy, and then maybe just paste in front of, because I want it to be at the exact place. Okay, Control F, and then I know I have the thing selected, and then I push and hold Shift key. Okay, I have, okay, 2 items selected. Okay, I move it, you can tell. Okay, the circular part and the bitmap. Okay, I have these 2 selected, and then I push the right key, and then it'll say a clipping mask. Okay, what this does is it, okay, makes a mask. Okay, so there it is. Like, actually you clipped on the you use your round shape as a mask, and then you clip that image. Okay, so it'll be cut into the shape of your object. Okay, it doesn't necessarily has to be round, or it could be any shape. For example, if I want to make any shape. Maybe on my pen tool. Okay, I'll make any shape. Something like that. Okay, I'll close it. Okay, with this shape, I'll put it above. You have to remember, you have to put it above the pattern. Okay, have both selected. Okay, I click on the blank spot, I pull, and I have both selected. Okay, and then click on your right key, and then make clipping mask. Okay, there you go. So you have your item clipped. But if you want to like do anything with the item you're clipping, you could just like double click, and then probably move it. It'll still be in a mask form, and then but you could like move it around. You could tell by the edge of the image, and you could probably like zoom in, zoom out at it. Remember, we could click like Alt to have it like right in the middle of the image, or Alt and Shift to scale it, like to not change the proportion, to have a constant proportion. So double click to get out of the edit mode for the clipping mask. So that's how you could like fix your object. Okay, so I wanted the round to be okay. I wanted, but once if I don't want the thing to be clipped, maybe I make a mistake, or maybe I did another decision, I'll just go to click on the part, and then click on the right key and release clipping mask. Okay, and then the image will be released. But there's something you can't see. Actually, the mask is still there. You see, if you move your mouse around, you can see the path is still there. Sometimes it will get in the way, so it's better if you don't want to use it, just delete it. Okay, so so it won't be there to bug you. Okay, so I want to like copy this again, and then paste it in front again, and then this probably, okay. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to copy this, and then put this to cover everything, and then copy, paste in front of the object, and then I'll hold shift and then select the item, right key, clipping as, and then send back. Okay, so it'll be at the very back. Okay, so it's something you could work with. So that way, now you know how the designing came out with all these patterns. These are probably just stars. Okay, if you go to your tool palette, of course, ordinary we use the rectangular tool or the ellipse tool. There are other tools like a polygon tool and then the star tool. Okay, of course there's a flare tool that we seldom use. Okay, of course this star tool, I can tell you a little bit about it because it has a special function. Okay, this star tool, if we click on the, if we just click and pull, of course it'll give it a star. Okay, a shape of a star anyway. But okay, I have it on this star tool. Okay, and then on the click on the blank area, I just click once on my left key. Okay, left mouse key. A palette would pop up. Okay, it says here that you could like change the scale of the star. Not necessarily the scale. The radius. That means the sharp the dot between the anchor point between the distance between the anchor point on the inside and the outside. For example, as for default, as for now, it'll probably just be like that. Okay, so if I want to change the numbers, maybe this as a right now it's like 0.619, something like that, and then we'll probably do a 1, and then this one do a 0.5. So let's see the difference. Okay, not much difference. Okay, probably you have to go really maybe a bigger number to see the difference. Okay, yeah, okay, now you can see this is okay. Okay, by the way, if you have your workspace like flown out of the area, okay, there's a simple way you could like have everything back. Just on the hand icon over here, it says hand tool, right? If you click on the hand tool, actually you could pull the your whole workspace. But of course, if you push down the space key, it'll also work as a hand tool. But there's also another function on the hand tool. If you click twice, okay, with your left mouse key, it'll be fit in Windows. Okay, it'll fit your Windows, like your whole workspace will fit within the window you're working on. Okay, so just click that twice if your like workspace flew all over the place. Okay, I do it one more time. Okay, click twice, it'll be back. Okay, or just go to fit in Windows. You have to look for it. Okay, so that's the difference. So if you mess on the radius, you could give it a try. The bigger the number, the bigger the difference, the more dynamic the result will be. Okay, so I want to have it maybe still like 0.6, something like that, to make it like more easier for you guys to see. Okay. And then for the points, on default it's probably 5. okay? So you could like add more points, maybe, okay, as for now, maybe for, let's say, 11 point, let's see what happens. Okay, you get like 11 points, like for your object, your shape, okay? So it doesn't necessarily has to be a star, it's just it's just it's just a tool, an indication of what you can do, okay? You can like do any numbers, it'll be whatever you want, okay? So you can uh, change the radius between the anchor points, the inner anchor point and the outer anchor point. That's the radius number. That's what it's for. And then the point number is to change the distance between the anchor points. Okay. Okay, it's well 1 past 3. We'll rest for we'll have a 10-minute break. We'll be back 11 after 3. Okay. We'll have a short break. Okay, and we are back. And okay, are you all here?
Yes.
Okay, okay, we'll continue. Okay,
Yep, still need.
okay, okay. So we just learned how to like using the star tool. Oh, it's called the star tool, right? Yeah, the star tool to probably design a shape such as such as the background. Okay, see this sparkly uh, type of design. Okay, and then okay, if we dissect, dissect as it like a dissection of this graphic over here. Okay, first of all, it's probably okay, it has a clipping mask because it's probably a, sometimes you could, it's, okay, I wanna, okay, there's actually a difference between a group and a clipping mask, okay? If your stuff is like over here, if we're, if we did a clipping mask, okay, it's actually, it's not group, okay? So, but sometimes if our item is, like, if we have like a item that's probably, okay, I'll probably do a star tool, something like that, okay? There's actually a shape, okay? But if I wanna, like, on the stroke and the fill, you have to be careful, okay? Both of these, I click on the none, okay? I'll still have the shape, but it's invincible. It's actually still there, okay? But if I have another shape, okay, so maybe a rectangular shape outside of everything, okay? And this rectangular shape is probably above everything, okay? If I, okay, just to make sure, I want to arrange and then bring to front, okay? And then I want to select everything. If I select everything and then do a clipping mask, okay? Actually, this is a clip mask. It's not a group, but everything is stick together, just like a group. Okay, it has a functionality such as a group, but it's actually not a group. It's a clipping mask. It's just clipping on a transparent shape. Okay, so if you overlap it, and then you have everything selected, it'll still clip. Okay, as long as there's an object, if your mask is overlapping any object, if you have everything selected, it'll function as a clipping mask. But I'm making this explanation a little bit complicated. I want to explain this to you because like sometimes when you're dealing with stuff such as guidelines, okay, if you like you're moving the graphics, but everything moves together, and then you don't know what's going on, and then you click on your right key, you can't find a mask, okay? That's what is going on, okay? It's actually everything is on it's everything on a clipping mask. So make sure if you want to manipulate any item within the graphics, it's probably because it's clipped. So release clipping mask. It sort of works sort of like a group, but it's actually not a group. Okay, it's still a mask, but it's masking a transparent object. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so for these are just parts. So actually the mask is still there. It's actually like because there's a transparent rectangular outside of these this graphics. That's why it's able to do that. there's probably two transparent objects, but okay. Well, that's the reason, okay? So, you can see there are parts like within these, this design, okay? I thought there's another clipping mask, but, well, there's not, so, well, actually, okay, everything fits, okay, that's good, that's cool. Actually, this part is probably a clipping mask. Yeah, you see, so release clipping mask, you see, you can see the pattern design, and then the mask is transparent. It goes like, it's also, it's a transparent rectangle, okay? If I select both and then clip it again, okay, the pattern will go, will be hidden within the mask. Okay, okay, we want to make something like the background, okay, but we want to make some, today we want to make this background over here and then transfer it to our design, our Doraemon, okay? So I just explained it's a clipping mask instead of a group, but if you want to just simply like move this item, you could just, you don't have to be so complicated, just use a group. So you just have everything selected and then right click group, okay? And then once it's grouped, you can like move this item, okay? So sometimes you'll bump into issues where like a mask is involved. That's what's going on, okay? Okay, there's another feature I want to tell you about today. Is this, you see this color over here on the pointy shape? These bright white color to this orange-ish, dark orange-ish color. It's actually a gradient, okay? Okay, how do I do that? Okay, and then you see this gradient, it melts into the background color, okay? How am I supposed to do that? Okay, first I probably want to go to our Eclipse tool, okay? I'll do a, I'll have these two aside, and then I'm gonna use this area. Okay, this is the mask, I'm gonna delete it. Okay, I want the Eclipse tool, probably something like that, and then I want to have, okay, maybe a orange color, okay? Maybe I'll go to my color palette and then just maybe select just from the eyedrop, then I see a orange-ish color, maybe something like that, okay? And then I'll use the star tool, okay? Maybe click to see to see if it gets to what I want. Maybe a little bit more points. Go to the star tool again. Maybe 11 is probably not enough. I'll go to maybe 16, a even number. Okay, even number 16. Okay, that would probably work. Okay, okay. Now I want to put this right in the middle of this round object. What do? You could just eyeball it, probably. Well, I'm not able to see anything now. I'll change another color, okay? Maybe a brighter yellow, okay, in order to see the stuff. You could eyeball it, but, well, sometimes it's not, okay, it's not working, and then maybe it'll pop up on the corner or something like that. You want it to be exact, in the exact middle. What do? Okay, I want to select both of these. And I want to go outside to the blank spot. I click on the blank spot. I click and pull. I select both items. Okay, and then on your properties panel, you can see there's a align tool. Okay, and then you could like make arrangements. I'll go to the second one. I want it to be okay. If I have it like probably like that, okay, I want it to be, okay, horizontally in the middle Okay, first I go to horizontal and then I click on the second one. It says horizontal align center. Okay, now it's aligned horizontally to the center, but vertically it's not. So I want to do it again. So over at the, I think not including this one, maybe the fifth one, there's a vertical align tool, okay? Each of these works differently, okay? On the vertical align tool, okay, now it popped vertically to the middle. So now it's on the dead center, okay? Well, I got lucky because the shape turned out to be, well, just about the same scale, okay? Maybe I have the thing maybe a little bit bigger or something like that, or it's not at the right proportion. It'll be like, it'll be all messed up. And one thing, in case you're using a newer version of Photoshop, okay? Because there's one thing you have to like keep in mind. On the default setting, okay, for Illustrator, okay, if you want the proportion to be, if you're scaling with the object, you want the proportion to be 100% the same, okay? You don't want to squeeze it, okay? If you don't push anything, you want to scale the object, you'll probably move it or then give it, like it'll be squished, maybe flattened or, you know, more narrow. Okay. If I want the thing to like scale, like at the right proportion, okay, at Photoshop default, you don't have to push anything. You just like you go to transfer. Well, of course, this is not a Photoshop lesson. I'm just giving you the information. If you push transfer and then you try to scale it, okay, it'll give a the default for a newer version, for the newest version of Photoshop, it'll give a right proportion. Like you don't have to touch any other keys, okay? But for Illustrator, it's different. You have to like, for example, like click on the object. You have to press down the Shift key, okay, to scale the right proportion, okay? If you don't push down the Shift key, you'll just move anywhere, okay? Maybe you'll not be 100% correct, okay? Okay, so of course, when I want to scale it, for example, if this thing is too big, something like that, you'll probably bump into issues such as this, okay? If I want these two to be centered, okay, but the spiky part is too big, okay, I deselect, I select on the brighter sparky shape, and then I push down the Shift and the Alt key. The Alt key, remember on our first lesson, is to center on the object, not according to the side, okay? So now if I scale it, see, now it'll scale right in the middle, right? If I don't push the Alt key, I just push the Shift key, it'll scale according to the, as for now, it's according to the lower left axis, okay? So you want to push the Shift and the Alt in order to be right at the dead center, okay? Maybe, okay, I want to scale it just like that, okay? Just to give it like a, the right scale that I want, okay? Now, I want to get this gradient. What do I do? Okay, I could like go to this our palette over here. If you see it, there's a gradient palette. If you don't, just click on the windows and then go to gradient right there. Okay, click on it, it'll pop up. Okay, and then if you click on the object, and then some stuff will show. Okay, there's also another gradient tool which you could like manipulate your object with. Okay, okay, but there's one thing. By default, okay? You're not able to do anything, okay? You have to like identify your gradient, okay? So if you see on our gradient palette, okay, we have a meter over here, from a white to black. There's a gradient like scale. So we go to our fill color over here. We could like pull and pull down to our gradient and just, okay, on the scale, we just leave it anywhere. We just unclick. Okay, the color will squeeze in our gradient bar over here, our bar or meter or gradient bar, okay? And you can tell your object has changed, the gradient of your object, okay? But it's in white, your orange, and the black, okay? But I probably don't want the black, so what do I do? Okay, you could, of course, there are options you could do. You could like click on the, right now I click on the black, okay. I could like change the black to another color, and you see, as long as I'm at the black, I could, okay, manipulate the color and the circle. Maybe I could like go to a RGB. I could change another desired color, or maybe use the eyedrop tool on the color picker to pick the color that I want. But I, but sometimes it's okay. Maybe I want this color over here. Sometimes it's not so correct to use the color picker unless you know exactly the color you want. It's safer to okay, if you want the right color to be in your gradient, I suggest like you have a you make your color palette first. For example, like I go to my rectangular tool. I'll probably have a rectangular tool with, well, without the gradient, maybe with the color that I desire. Maybe this orange color, okay? Maybe I'll have another square, and then I want this to be maybe white, okay? Something like that. I'll put it in the gray area, so you'll know it's white, and I don't want to mess with the white background, okay? So I click on our item, and then maybe on this one over here on the very right, I can click, and then I can click on the color picker. Once you click on the color picker, you could like go to anywhere on your workspace, even outside the Illustrator working area. Okay, you click on your desired color palette. Because you made the individual piece with the spectacular color, you'll know for sure you'll get the colors right. Okay, and then now your second desired color, and then you can just go to your picker and pick the color. Okay, and then once you have the thing selected, you can have it off. Okay, that's one way. But remember, we had a color first, and I pull in the color, right? Okay, you could just, for example, for this color over here, it was black. Okay, I'll just Control Z to make it back to our situation again. Okay, I want it. Okay, something like this. Remember, I pulled the fill color down, and then the black is still there, right? But I don't want the black. What do I do? Okay, I could just click on the black and then pull it. Okay, I pulled it out of the palette. Okay, the black is gone. Okay, now what's left is just the white and the orange. But the orange, I wanted to replace the area where the black was. So I just click on the orange, I'll just pull it pull it to the very right corner. And then I could like, okay, now it replaced the black area. Now I have the white and the orange, okay? Now you can also see the dot. There's a black dot within the gradient tool, okay? Now if I click on the black dot, I could actually, okay, I click on the dot, I move it to the left, okay? You can see there are less white, okay? Okay, just to be sure, I'll make a bar, okay? Okay, I have this bar selected, okay? And then I'll move the point. You can see there are more white than orange, and there are more orange than white. You could like really manipulate it, okay? Of course, you could also move the color. Okay, how do you supposed to do that? Okay, you click on the white, and then you move your white maybe toward the orange, and then there will be more white, and then that means the white starts probably from the under toward the right side, and then there are less gradient but more of a solid color. Okay, so you can really like manipulate your gradient palette. And then also of the meter, if I like move it more toward the orange, okay, there will be like less steps of gradient. Okay, so this gradient will really let you like create many different stuff. Okay, but there's one trick you have to know about gradient because it used to be that the Illustrator. Well, I need a sip of water. I talk too much. Actually, during the history of Illustrator, there could only be gradient between two solid colors. I think it's actually not CS, Illustrator probably 7 or 8-ish, more toward the, maybe I think 15 years ago, something like that, they started to have like transparent colors involved. Otherwise, you would by then you would prefer to use CorelDRAW rather than Illustrator because CorelDRAW can use transparency. Illustrator can't, but they had to have the support for it. So as for now, you could like support transparent color. How do you do that? For the white, okay, if I click on the white, you can see there's a opacity selection over here. Okay, if on the opacity, I click, there are like a couple of numbers it goes by 10. Okay, if I click 50, okay, now the opacity is 50, which means it's a 50% solid color. So see, if I move on the object, you see it's sort of like a transparent. But toward the end, it's not. It's a solid color. That means the orange is a solid 100%, but the white is a 100%. But you could still see probably a little bit of white. It's not really like really 100% because the 100% is actually at the really edge. The white is still there because this gradient bar, okay, it goes from on the very left to the very right. They are both, to the very left is actually the 100% opacity. So what you want to do is like you move the color more to the right, okay, to get now of course it's I'm sorry because it's at 50%. Oh, now okay, 100%. But you'll still see indications of the whitish color. the 100% is actually at the very left, okay? So if you want the thing to be more translucent, transparent, okay, you have to move the color maybe to a little bit on the right. Okay, I'll have to select the object first. Remember to select the object first to have the thing working, okay? I move the white toward the middle a little bit, okay? Okay, now it's still displaying the whole object, but it's more transparent toward the left because the solid color is more toward the right. So anything on the left side of the solid color is 100%, 100%, 0% opacity, 100% transparency, okay? So that's how that works, okay? So that's how you work with gradients. So sometimes you think the solid color is not enough because the solid 100% is on the very right, because our orange is on the very right. So sometimes you have to like move a little bit toward the left to get the solid color. Remember, after the color, anything over the right is a solid color according to this meter, okay? But sometimes you have to, you want to manipulate the gradient. You can use, here is when you use the gradient tool, okay? If I click on the gradient tool, it'll show exactly what's on the gradient bar, okay? Or meter, whatever you prefer calling it, okay? But you could move this bar, okay? If I click on the white line, when I'm using the gradient tool, I could actually, okay, move the source of the gradient. Okay, of course, default will be in the very middle. Okay, but you could like really manipulate it. Okay, you're actually manipulating the bar. Okay, you're changing the place of gradient on the item, okay? And you could also like change the color of the area of the area of the color. So when you move the color, the color on the gradient bar will also change, okay? Well, the gradient slicer, okay? That's the official name for the thing, okay? And then, or the whole bar if you like, okay? You move the bar, nothing will change. You move the color, the bar, the slicer on the bar will the color on the slicer will change, okay? And then sometimes, like you see there's like a cross cursor on the gray area, okay? I'm not working on the workspace. I don't want the you be affected by the white background. Okay, if I click on the item, okay, I could click anywhere. Well, not necessarily on the item. I could click on a blank spot. As long as I have the item selected, I click and pull. I could like have the gradient not necessarily be from horizontal from left to right, maybe from top to bottom, or at a certain angle, okay? And then try to maybe move it to a space that I want. Okay, so that's what the gradient tool does. You could like fix a certain angle of your gradient bar, your gradient slicer, and you can like mess with the starting point. But there's something you have to keep in mind, okay? The opacity has a, you have to be careful with the white, with the color information on the opacity. It has a difference, okay? Okay, let me show you what I mean, okay? First, I'll have a bar, Okay, I'll have it like I have a bigger bar so you can tell the difference, okay? I'll have this color opacity 100%, okay? So right now it's at a 100% on the left, a white color, okay? And then well, of course, a 100% opacity orange color, okay? And then I wanna copy this, okay? Copy paste, okay? I'll have it like down below, okay? I'll show you a special situation where opacity has a slight difference, okay? Now, if I have this color on the color meter, not white but in black, okay? There's a white on the very left corner, a black on the very left corner. But if I want this to be, you'll probably think, okay, if I have the opacity on 0, okay, it'll be transparent, so it doesn't make any difference. Okay, let's give it a try, okay? On the item on the top, if I have the opacity 0, okay, and then on the one at the bottom, opacity also 0, okay? Oh, so you can see there is a difference, okay? Even though both of these colors on the left has an opacity of 0. Actually, you should well, you should thought you thought, okay, if they're both 0, that you shouldn't see any involvement of the colors, right? But there is. So this you have to be careful, okay? For now, I'm working with, if you go to your edit and you see your color setting over here, I'm actually, okay, I'm sorry, not the color setting, the color mode, okay? Because this file is for printouts, okay? This file is on CMYK because it has to be printed, okay? So there is a difference, okay? Okay, if I change this to probably RGB, will it make a difference? Well, it still makes a difference, okay? So there's a slight, you can tell by the gradient, it's different, okay? Even though the color on the left, it's all opacity 0, okay? Okay, what if you have the color, okay? Let's do another experiment, okay? I have this, okay, I have this item selected. I want this black over here to have the same color meter as the one on the right, okay? Okay, so let's have this slicer over here, opacity 0. Okay, now let's see the difference. Okay, actually they're all different, okay? But the last one with the same color, it's more like, well, it's more closer to the one on using white as the color, okay? So if you look carefully, the slicer, there's a slight difference, especially when you're using black. There's sort of like a cloud, a grayish gradient, okay? So you have to be careful because sometimes when you see, when you're using gradient, you have to, even though your color might be transparent, the opacity is probably, you have it selected 0, you'll probably think, okay, it's 0 anyway, you won't be able to see the color, but when you're actually, like, your outcome will have like some infections, okay? So you have to remember there are consequences when you're picking colors. So if your item is if you want your solid color to be transparent, I'll suggest both of the colors will be the same solid color, and then one of the solid color, the same solid color, you could like bring down the opacity. It'll look more natural, okay? But white would also, okay, white would do maybe, but you'll probably brighten your object, okay? It's better if you see the whole thing is like more orange. If I put it like above an item, you can tell the difference, okay? Okay, if you look closely, I zoom in, so you can tell, right? Like this one is with a whitish cover up, and then this one looks more natural. It's more like a like a color gradient, look more natural. And then this one with the dark black looks strange, right? Look more darker. Well, well, depending on your situation, sometimes you want to look a little bit dark. You could like, this is a way of manipulating it. Okay, okay. Now, well, I talked a little bit too much about this function. Now, if I want, okay, as you can see on the on our object over here, it's we have the gradient actually from, okay, maybe from left to right. We know that already, but you see our image is actually not from left to right. It's actually from the middle to the outer corners. What do I do? How do I do that? You see this gradient on the gradient palette, this type over here. Okay, this is the type of gradient. On the very left is the linear gradient, which is it only involves like from left to right or left to right to left and up to down. It's from one spot to the other. Okay. Well, one linear spot. Okay. And if you pick the one in the middle, okay, it'll start probably from the middle to the outer corner. Okay. So if you want to like manipulate it, you could like try to do that, okay? And then if I use the gradient tool, I could, like if I want it to, like if I press down from a certain area, it'll start that area as a middle point to whatever area you wish to have the gradient affected, okay? And then click on the blank spot to see the difference. Okay, sometimes we will have a double gradient. Okay, I'll select the shape at the back. Okay, right there, I'll have it, and then I'll have a eyedrop. I'll push I and then suck on the color in the front. Okay, it goes like it has more depth. So if I use the gradient again, and then maybe you wanna. Yeah, probably that would do, or you don't want to fix the length of the gradient. Okay, you can manipulate it whatever you like. You could also do this. Okay, you could like pull out the color, and then you could exchange it. Okay, pull it to the very left, and then pull it to the very right, and then you could like swap the colors, right? Okay, here, there's also a button over here. It says reverse gradient. It does the same thing. Okay, so this is to make your gradient more interesting. But sometimes we don't want too much gradient, just enough to make your design pop up. Okay, sometimes you have like double gradient on two items, and then it will make your object more dynamic. Okay, depending on your design. Okay. And then maybe I want a little bit more white in the middle, and then I want this white to start right in the dead middle, something like that. Okay. So that's a way to do the design of this item, this graphic you see in our practice. Okay, and of course I can have both of these items grouped, left key group or Control G, okay, and then I could like move it around, okay, and then I can have this copied. Of course, if I copy it in this file over here, this P21 file over here, I have the copy. If I go to our Doraemon over here, okay, I have this grouped. I want to really ungroup it. I want it to be at the back of this design over here. I'll probably have it. You can, okay, you can see that there's a smart guide. Okay, intersect. It'll tell it's probably in the middle of. It'll say center. Okay, and I'll push the. Sorry, I'll have to shift and alt, and then to have it probably like this, and then arrange center back. Okay. Okay, it's probably covered by a layer of some sorts. Okay. You probably have like a whitish background of some sorts covering the design, but well, it doesn't matter. Well, you get the idea. Okay. Something like this. Okay. So I wanted to feel like the designing over here. Okay. Well, so try to make this a design. Okay. For the practice of this week. So for those of you that did not complete our practice last week, try to finish this week with the practice this week, which is the gradient practice on the with the practice last week. Okay, so I want you to, for this week, I want you to like try to manipulate this design over here. Okay, it doesn't necessarily has to be like whatever, however you want to make this, either through like clipping mask or group or just the right fitting. Okay, try to make this design, okay, according to the guide which is given today. Okay, and have this design at the back of your last practice, which is the Doraemon. Okay, there's just a, I don't know why, there's just a whitish backgrounds of some sorts. Maybe this is maybe something with the layer issue, something like that probably. But okay, well, you get the idea. Okay, to have this at the back of your Doraemon, which is our character, the name of the character. Okay. Okay, well, make the background object more visible. So probably a bigger one, a bigger design at the back. Okay. I don't know the reason for this this line showing. Maybe it probably has to do with the some layering issues, but you get the idea. Okay, to have like some like a design such as this. Okay, this as a example. Okay, so we'll be doing this practice for this week. Okay, I'll have this image like so thanks to Ting Yu for your awesome work. Uh,
No
you'll
worries.
your practice will be demonstrated as a sample. Okay, and
Yeah.
well, the others get the idea. Okay, so you'll try to like make a background. Okay, and then have it on your have it on your last project. Okay, so that's all for this week, and thank you for joining, and we'll see what you've done on your on your on your project, and let's go from there. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week, and we'll continue. All right. So
Uh,
any
quick question.
yeah, you have a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Should we still send as a PNG file or AI file?
Well, I prefer you send both.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you could
Okay.
export as a PNG and then also send the AI file because it's a small file. So the well, I'll be able to see the construction. Okay,
Okay.
so if I find a problem like how we could figure like what to do. Okay. So okay. There's one more thing. I'm sorry. Okay. There's actually two things. Like first, from your last project, okay, try to add more shadows to your Doraemon, okay, by using our today's lesson, the knife tool, or the Pathfinder tool, or any other tool you prefer or you know how to use, okay. Try to add maybe one extra color to your mascot, and then also the background, okay. So there's two things involved for this week. Okay? Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you next week. I'll
Okay.
have a example ready, uploaded, and that's it. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. I'll see you guys next week.
Right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.